Hey guys, before I start the video, I just want to say that my last video got, not a strike, but it got to the point where I couldn't leave comments due to COPPA. I talked about some things that were in the book that did not meet YouTube guidelines, which I think is ridiculous because there's other things on YouTube that are a lot worse that comments are allowed. But a robot must have picked something up. So that's why you guys couldn't leave comments on my last video. So if you're wondering about that, I was wondering about that. Um, that's why. So let's get on with the video. I'm going to be reviewing the book The Royal Nanny by Karen Harper. And this is the story of a woman named Charlotte Bill who becomes nanny first to a very young King Edward VIII and George the Sixth. She is employed by who would be George the Fifth to take care of his royal brood, I guess you would say. And this starts when she's about 22 and ends when she's about 80 something. And she saw a lot during this time, and I believe she was probably, she might have been nanny to Elizabeth, but I'm not sure. But she saw a lot just in that time, and there were a lot of things that she, um, you know, kept had to keep secret. I'm not going to give too much away. That were really sad, and she, saw the First World War and the Second World War, which is really interesting. And I really liked um, this book. I really liked her character. I think she gave her heart and soul to her her work. She put all her heart and soul into taking care of these royal children, which probably wasn't an easy feat. And they dealt with George the Fifth was a very hard father, which is really interesting because he had a very loving mother. Um, so um, I don't know why he was like that, but he was really, maybe the military really, um, or Navy, I think he was in the Navy, and that really caused him to be the way that he was. Um, but yeah, it goes into a lot of big time period. Talks about, it kind of goes all over the place with where they are. Like it even goes to Russia because during when she's alive, the English and the Russians were very close. They shared family members. Queen Alexandra was sister to the dowager, or she was the dowager empress. So you really got to see that dynamic. But it also shows a bit of loneliness. They really kind of weren't. They could have, but uh, it was kind of. She felt like she couldn't really have a life outside of her charges, such as getting married, which um, she probably could have. But if you're live-ins, like I don't know how that would have worked out. Um, and yeah, this was a really good book. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm giving too little information or whatever, but the audio, I was kind of skeptical about the audio. I have the audio book, and it is very, very good. I was kind of skeptical when I first heard it, but it kind of grew on me. I listened to it a lot, and I finally am getting around to reviewing it. So my next book will probably be um, will probably be a book known as I think it's the Tsaritsa or Tsarina. I'm not sure. Um, about the second wife of Peter the Great, and I'm also reading A Most English Princess by one of my new favorite audiobook readers besides Jeremy Irons. So I I will get those out really soon. But I am in school right now with graduate school, and we also had a couple weeks ago we had this like freeze, and so that kind of pushed stuff back. I know it gets cold in Texas. I know that's shocking for some of you watching, but it does get cold here. So we had this crazy freeze, so that pushed a lot of stuff back just because of power outages and things like that. So yeah, that is all I want to say about this book. Um, if you really like royal history and royal historical fiction, I suggest you pick this up. It's a really good book. So I will see you all in the next video, whatever that is.